This is Rupa Bhowmik making an audiobook on lessons of life. Life will give us many lessons. Such lessons are not as minor as getting a bad grade for not doing our homework in school. If we do not understand these lessons, life will block much of our efforts toward achieving our goals. No matter how energetic you are and how hard you try to achieve your goals, you will not accomplish the desired results. You will not become one of the life's favorites, as you will fall far behind becoming a failure. On the other hand, if you understand life's simple lessons and do not violate a few important requirements, you will become a life's favorite child. Let's begin with the first part, the beginning of inner development. I start this with a story. Once the son of a businessman irritated his father, who was come home after a hectic day, by asking him many questions. The businessman, in his anger, tore out a world map nearby and asked his son to set it right, saying that he would answer his question later. The son was intelligent and examined the torn map carefully. Behind the world map, there was a picture of a man, and the boy just rearranged the bits of pieces and made the whole of man. By setting the man, he set the world and surprised his father. Likewise, if one can set the man right, the world will be automatically set right. The world will always be what a man wants to make of it. Man is the cause. The world that he creates for himself is an effect. At the core of all this is the magic word personality. Now, what is personality? According to Cambridge International Dictionary of English, your personality is the type of a person you are, which is shown by the way you behave, feel and think. How a person behaves, feels and thinks, how he conducts himself in a given set of circumstances is largely determined by the state of his mind. Mere external appearance, a person's speech or mannerism are only the fringes of one's personality. Personality development implies progressive identification with higher and subtler dimensions of our personality. When a person, for instance, is identified only with the physical dimension without exercising his higher mental faculties, he lives not far different from animals, whose pleasure and pain are restricted to the sensory system. Personality development means the inner development. It involves grappling with one's lower desires, old habits, wrong tendencies, impulses, and bad impressions. The less we identify with the lower mind, more we identify with the higher mind and exercise our buddhi, the power of discrimination. The more developed will our personality be. This means grappling and struggling with one's mind and its old habits to cultivate new and wholesome one. But this struggle is the greatest of all struggle in that it makes us a civilized in the real sense of the term. Unfortunately, our education does not equip us to handle these issues. Our education is chiefly concerned with studying the objective universe. We study the objects, earth, moon, mountains, rivers, computers, chemicals, forces of physical universe, and so on, and their workings. We study the data our senses reveal to us and are mostly busy with pampering our sensory cravings. led by greed and conceit. Most of our present-day education, hence, is a data-based, object-based, and prepare us to earn more, enjoy more, and be competitive, and live a fast-paced life. There is, however, the other side of our life. It consists in how to deal with ourselves and ourselves in relationship with others. We are rarely taught as to what or who are we. The object is explored, no doubt, but the subject remains wholly neglected. We do not study ourselves. No wonder even small happenings in life upset us. Famous Greek philosopher Socrates, who once asked his disciples, "What do you want to become in future?" One of them said he wanted to become a lawyer, another wanted to become a politician, and so on and so forth. But one conscientious student told that he wanted to become man. Becoming a true man or a woman, however, has not been made a part of education. Man-making is not part of education, unfortunately. Becoming a man, however, is vital to life. Unless there are right types of man, increase in objective knowledge can be even dangerous. Only right type of persons can handle knowledge of objective world. It is true that knowledge is power, but we must know how to wield that power. A lethal weapon in the hands of an uncivilized, cruel man can be most dangerous, while a man of wisdom can use the same weapon for constructive purpose. That is why, speaking about education, Swami Vivekananda said, education should be holistic. It should be restricted to general knowledge or even specialization, but should include self-knowledge. To know the self is to able to understand life and live it truly. Now we reach the last part in which I discuss about parents' role in molding children's personality. Truly has it been said, home is the first school. It is at home that the child gets his first and lasting impressions about living, behaving, and thinking. Parents, the primary resource persons for personality development of any child, should also recall how they have been impressed or molded by their parents. A responsible parent, therefore, should take every care to provide an emotionally secure and healthy atmosphere to a child. He should spend quality time with the child, communicating with him, inspiring him with nobler ideas, and become truly a trustworthy mother and father. When a child is encouraged and helped by practice virtues like honesty and straightforwardness, he develops an integrated personality. Many children develop a split personality, and hence one sees them behaving in contradictory ways. This often happens, but what they see in parents, they imitate the parental standard of virtues and values. If the parents adopt dubious means and wrong values, the child also will learn the same. When children do something wrong, they should be encouraged to confess spontaneously and frankly. When they confess, elders should respond by being kind, considerate, and understanding. Parents must see that a fault is confessed, always forgiven, and thus provide an opportunity to the child to develop strength and honesty. A child should be corrected firmly, but not cruelly. A time reprimand can go a long way in changing the direction of the erring child's will. Parents' affection and gentle persuasion On the other hand, help in creating bonds of trust which are indispensable to the child to imbibe the values effectively. As Abraham Lincoln wrote to the headmaster of his old school, where Lincoln's own son went to study, let him have the courage to be impatient. Let him have the patience to be brave. Teach him always to have sublime faith in himself, because then he will always have sublime faith in mankind. Domestic training and parents' role for a vitally important aspect of child's education. If parents do not provide good literature to a child, the child finds it difficult to teach appreciation of good literature. If the home life is one long series of unrestrained quarrels and incivilities, the school can never develop self-control and courtesy to the child. If parents and other elders in the family either deliberately or unwittingly display religious and racial prejudices, the school cannot successfully teach religious tolerance and love of humanity. In closing, let us remember, if children live with criticism, they learn to condemn. If children live with hostility, they learn to fight. If children live with fear, they learn to be apprehensive. If children live with encouragement, they learn to be confident. If children live with fairness, they learn justice. If children live with tolerance, they learn to be patient. If children live with security, they learn to have faith in themselves and in those around them. The point is, what do children live with? That determines their personality ultimately. In the whole experience that I had, I tried to make learning a joyful experience. If you like my audiobook, please subscribe and like it.